magic album from Polygram.
Something told me it was over, babe. When I saw you and that girl talking, babe, something deep down in my soul said, go on and cry, girl. When I saw you and that same girl walking by, yeah. And I would rather be a blind girl, babe, than to see you walk away from me, baby.
That was the late, great Etta James with a sample of I'd Rather Go Blind from her 1975 Montreux, Switzerland Jazz Festival. Her first year actually performing at Montreux. And with that performance, some would say it was a testament to her long career spanning over 60 years. She continued to go to Montreux after 75 every year all the way up until 2008 was her last time going. And again, she passed away in January of 2012 from a long illness. But thanks for the tunes, Etta. It's always a pleasure. All right, back to business, folks. Welcome back to Open Air Sonar's most memorable live sets. You know, live music just gives us, that opportunity to put visuals to sound, with some bands going all out with full-on theatrics. I mean, when I'm talking theatrics, I'm talking theatrics, which brings us to our next band, people. We are off to the Great North, when on May 31st, 1987, Skinny Puppy dominated at the Toronto Concert Hall. This is their live cut of The Choke. Stick around because this one's a doozy, people. This is Open Air Sonar. That was Skinny Puppy with The Choke from their 1987 Toronto live set titled Ain't It Dead Yet. You know, I actually have a funny story about this album. Where I work in this hospital, I'm in this locked room, and I was in there by myself, and I'm listening to that album really loud. And the nursing supervisor actually came and walked in and said, "It sounds like somebody's being murdered in here." But anyway, that's my funny little story about that. But anyway, the show was thrown together for their Cleanse, Fold, and Manipulate tour, and frontman Ogre went all out, covering himself from head to toe in blood and entrails, also even going so far as to building an altar on stage. Now, I've seen Skinny Puppy numerous times, and they never seem to disappoint. But this show really opened my eyes to the idea that music is a visual art, and I've been hooked ever since. But, the pressing of the CDs and the DVDs and the VHS of this was plagued with numerous problems, from it being one track, missed titles on the labels, and so forth. And maybe that was the nail in the coffin as far as the label network was concerned, because I'm sure it really pissed Ogre off. He's kind of a perfectionist, if you will. But by all means, if Skinny Puppy comes to your town, I suggest you go, because it's definitely an eye-opener. So anyway, we're going to go back to the States now, people, where in 1994, Las Vegas, Nevada, I seen the Grateful Dead for the last time. The full moon rose over the Samboyd Silver Bowl as they came out with He's Gone. Stick around. Things are going to get really good for this. So this is Open Air Sonar.
Gone. know better, but I know him. Like I told you what I said, steal your face right off your head. Now he's gone. Now he's gone. But he's gone. He's gone. Like a steam locomotive rolling down the track. He's gone. He's gone, and nothing's gonna bring him back. He's gone. Like a steam locomotive rolling down the track. He's gone. He's gone, and nothing's gonna bring him back. He's gone. Ooh, nothing's gonna bring him back. Nothing's gonna bring him back.
That was the Grateful Dead with He's Gone from their Europe 72 live set. You know, the Grateful Dead was a band that was perpetually on the road, and I was very fortunate to see them as many times as I did. It makes me think about what guitarist Chris Holmes once said from, what was that movie called? Gosh. I can't even remember it, but there was a scene where he's in the pool, and they were asking him questions, and he said something to the effect of, 6 months on the road will take 5 years off of your life. Decline of Western civilization, the metal years. Oh my God, it just came to me. Wow, okay. But maybe that's why Jerry left us so soon as he did. But that time that I was with the Dead, it was just such a magical time for me, and I will never forget it. But anyway, just thanks, Jerry, for the music. Anyway, back to the tour, people. From hell, we will go to the U.S., 1978 Glasgow, Scotland, at the Apollo, where Bon Scott and the boys said, "Let there be rock." Keep hanging in, folks. Just a few left in this open air sonar, so stick with us. That was AC/DC live at the Apollo Theatre in Glasgow, Scotland, 1978. You know, this show must have been a real treat for Bond to be, you know, able to return to his homeland and just bring the fucking house down, which they did from the looks of the video. With Angus Young carrying the tune until the bitter end, even falling on the ground. I mean, he just would not let the song go, but which is just fucking great. And, you know, I've seen AC/DC live with Brian Johnson, and they were still kick-ass. You know, I would have loved to have seen Bond, but unfortunately I was only 6 years old at the time of his death, which was February 19th, 1980, from what the coroner described as acute alcohol poisoning, classifying it as death by misadventure. So Bon Scott was only 33 years old. So wherever you are, Mr. Scott, I hope you're giving them hell. On to our next live set, folks, which takes us to upstate New York. And I know you're probably thinking to yourself, Jesus Christ, he's not going to give us no stupid Woodstock, is he? No, I'm not going to do that. But this live show takes us to Sing Sing Prison on Thanksgiving Day 1973, when B.B. King and Lucille were inmates for a day, and where he showed the crowd the blues. This is a juicy one, people, so stick around. We'll talk about it. This is Open Air Sonar.
Let's have fun. Come on now. Mr. B.B. King, come on. Reese, at the apartment. He's balling right now. While they're getting it together, I was told that some of you dudes don't know anything about blues. That's what they told me, so I want to say this to you. I came to swap some with you. I imagine that quite a few of you dudes have the blues already. But today, that's my signal to shut up. Today being Thanksgiving, this is Thanksgiving, right? Thanksgiving? All right. Well, let me say this to you. It seemed like a lot of things have been happening today, and when I came in, I had to sign in. And I noticed one of the members of my group you seem to know very well. How did it make me feel? Make me feel good because he works with me. said, I went in Cadillac. I bought you a $10 dinner. And you said, thanks for the snack. Let you live in my penthouse. You said it was just a shack. I gave you 7 children. And now you want to give them back.
That was B.B. King live at Sing Sing Prison, Thanksgiving Day, 1973. You know, B.B. described this gig as one of the best live performances of his career. And unfortunately, you would either have to be a very serious convicted felon or a correctional officer to have been there, or, you know, you were in the band or something like that. But to see this set, nonetheless, you know, he did the show for totally free and also took his 26-piece band with him. Joan Baez also, you know, came with him, and I really enjoyed when he said worked with instead of worked for. I mean, that shows some deep, deep, deep respect for your, you know, your other band members. But anyway, folks, you know, whether you were at Kiss at the Forum or U2 at Red Rocks or Otis at the Whiskey or the Police at CBGB, it made you feel special, you know, almost like they were performing just for you, you know. And you know, live music gives us an opportunity to be part of something bigger than ourselves, to reach out and touch the songs that have touched us. And I think that it's just one of those things. But anyway, and you know, and you'd get that one small little sentence that would fill you with just pure satisfaction, and it was, you know, basically to be able to say that I was there. Now I'm hoping with the rest of the world getting vaccinated, we can start getting on with live shows again. You know, it's probably one of my favorite things to do on this fucking mudball called Earth. So I'm gonna cut out now, though. But I'm gonna give you I'm gonna leave you with a song that just turned out to be a monstrosity of a show. When in July 1990, Roger Waters and a bunch of his really good friends went to Germany to celebrate the fall of communism in Eastern Europe. You know, and they did the whole wall setup show where they, you know, I mean, the stage was so huge you could drive cars out onto it. And, you know, they played in front of a crowd of 450,000. More than half of them had just been freed from communism. But, you know, in the end, they brought the wall down. And usually he would close out with, like, you know, Outside the Wall, but on this he actually took one of his songs from Radio Chaos, where it was called The Tide is Turning. And I think this song really fits with the theme that we're in now, you know. I mean, hoping everything gets back to normal. So anyway, folks, I'm going to cut out now and leave you with this song. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice, okay? To eat your cereal with a fork and always masturbate in the dark. You never know who's watching. This is Tony with Open Air Sonar saying goodbye all. We'll see you again.
used to think the world was flat. Rarely threw my hat into the crowd. I felt I had used up my quota of yearning.
Used to look in on the children at night in the glow of the Donald Duck light, and I frightened myself with the thought of my little ones burning. The tide is turning. The tide is turning.
Satellites buzzing through the endless night. Exclusive to moonshots and world title fights. Jesus Christ, imagine what it must be earning more.
Who is the strongest? Who is the best? Who holds the aces? The east or the west? This is the crap our children are learning. And the tide is turning. The tide is turning.
Now the satellite's confused, cause on Saturday night, the airwaves were full of compassion and light. And the silicone heart warmed to the sight of a billion candles burning. Oh, but I'm not saying that the battle is won. But on Saturday night, all the kids in the sun rested technology.